Hi, my name is Greg Wilsbacher, curator of the Fox Movietone News Collection at the University of South Carolina's Moving Image Research Collection. The film you're about to see is a series of interviews done with Alfred Brick, a Fox Movietone News cameraman who happened to be in Pearl Harbor on the day of the attack. Al Brick had been stationed in Hawaii since late March 1941 and had been waiting, basically filming the activities of the U.S. Navy for Fox News until the day of the attack, when he was en route with a friend of his to the harbor in the morning when the Japanese planes flew overhead. The three outtakes here that you can see feature Al Brick recounting in slightly different detail the events of that morning, including proof, or at least his statement, that he came into the harbor during the attack and filmed extensively throughout the morning and afternoon.
I don't know what to say. Wait a minute.
Well, we're on, what's the name? Go ahead.
No, you better stop. I was on my way to Pearl Harbor with one of the boys from the Arizona, a very good officer friend of mine. When the Jap planes came over, we were about a quarter of a mile from the gates of the harbor. We didn't realize that they were Japanese planes until the third wave came overhead, and then we happened to see the bombs and the big orange disc. And we just went until we got into the yard. I was on my way to Pearl Harbor when Jap planes came over. We were about a quarter of a mile away from the gates. I was taking a friend of mine from the Arizona out to go on duty that day, when all of a sudden we heard a terrific explosion. I went right inside the gates and got my camera out immediately, set it up in the back of the car, and got a commander. I was on my way to Pearl Harbor with an officer friend of mine from the battleship Arizona when the Jap planes came over. After we recognized them as being the enemy planes, I went into the public relations officer of Commander Drake so we could go out and start shooting immediately.
Where did you
Wherever I set the camera up, there was no worry because there was plenty of shrapnel flying all around. Yes, one fell about 30 foot away from me. Lucky it was a dud. Commander Drake and I were getting in a motor launch to go out on the bay to photograph the Arizona when she blew up. The bombing started around 8 o'clock in the morning, and it came off and on all until around 10. But I kept working all day into the night and got some of the shots of fire at nighttime, and all the next day. One thing that did my heart good, Lowell, was in 1920 I was in Japan and photographed the launching of the Akaga and the Kagi, which were later converted into a carrier. I saw them being launched, and I saw both of them on fire and on their backs in the Midway battle. Wait a minute, Chuck. Oh. These ships were built for battleships, but later converted into two of their largest carriers. Well, Lowell, in 1920, I was in Japan for Fox News, and I photographed the launching of the Kaga and the Akagi. They were launched as battleships, but later converted into two of their largest carriers. They were both set afire and sank in the Midway battle, and it sure did my heart good to see them launched and go down.